Welcome to Nightmare County. I'm your host, Randall M. Gould. And on this video, we're going to talk about a 1985 cult classic called The Legend of Billie Jean. The Legend of Billie Jean, for me, is without a doubt a cult classic. It might not be a cult classic for everybody else, but for me it is. And there are actually a lot of fans of this movie. I saw this movie when I was, of course, much younger, and I quickly became a fan of it. Of course, back then, in those days, I didn't really have a choice in what I got to watch due to how young I was. It was either whatever my parents rented at the VHS store or my babysitter or whatever she brought over. And this just happened to be one of those films, and I am thankful for it because this is one of those films that I saw when I was young, and it kind of stuck with me throughout my entire life. I love films about rebellion, and especially growing up being as a teenager, this film kind of just fit that mold and everything. Because, I mean, who doesn't love being just a tad bit rebellious? This film, of course, has a whole lot of it. The Legend of Billie Jean is really a kind of a Joan of Arc type of story in a way. And, of course, it's set in awesome 1980s. And it has an incredible score by Craig Safin. And if you're a synthwave fan, I would say go ahead and seek the soundtrack or the tracks that he wrote on the soundtrack out, which I believe you can do like on Last FM or something like that. Because his synthwave tracks on the soundtrack for this movie are stellar. Are awesome. I mean, the whole the soundtrack to this movie is actually very good. But that being said, Legend of Billie Jean was just one of those movies that just stuck with me, and it's one I can never. It's one of those films I'll probably never forget because when I saw it, and the influences of being a rebellious teenager, it just hit all the marks. But anyways. That being said, let's go ahead and talk about what the movie is actually about. The Legend of Billie Jean is about when a local rich kid steals and wrecks Binks Davies, and Binks Davies is played by Christian Slater. He wrecks Binks Davies' beloved motor scooter. His older sister, Billie Jean, demands the people responsible for the damage to fix the motor scooter. But when Billie Jean's brother accidentally shoots Mr. Pyatt, the father of the rich kid who damaged the motor scooter, Billie Jean and Binks flee the town. They are accompanied by Billie Jean's friends Ophelia, played by Martha Gayman, and Putter, played by Yeardley Smith, who, if you watch a lot of the 80s movies and everything, she was in quite a few films. They become fugitives, and when they pick up a very willing hostage, they become criminals. Soon, Billie Jean finds herself becoming a legend in her own time and a symbol of freedom to teenagers everywhere. The Legend of Billie Jean was directed by Matthew Robbins. Matthew Robbins actually has a great set of films that he's directed and written. He has actually written, he's worked with Guillermo del Toro with writing Crimson Peak and Mimic. And I think the new Netflix film Pinocchio will be coming out pretty soon as well. Matthew Robbins also directed Corvette Summer, which starred Mark Hamill in his first debut right after Star Wars, and was a big hit in the late 70s. He also directed Dragon Slayer, which to a lot of people has one of the most definitive dragons in any film ever put in it, and the very fun Batteries Not Included. The Legend of Billie Jean. It also stars the very beautiful Helen Slater, who was also, just prior to this film, was Supergirl in the 1984 Supergirl. The film also stars Christian Slater, who actually needs no introduction as he starred in way too many awesome 80s and 90s flicks. And like I said, like you had a good director who was also a great writer. You had a great cast. It was filmed in around Corpus Christi and South Padre Island, which, if you're from Texas, those are very popular places. And to see them on film is also quite awesome. But this, like I said, this film just struck a nerve for me when I was a kid, and growing up to be a teenager, it just really stuck with me. And I mean, There's not what's and I mean what's not and I mean what is not. You just gotta love it. And I think this is a film that almost anyone would enjoy. And this is a film I think if you want to go back and watch time capsules from 1980s that are not the uber popular films that everyone always talks about, I think you would find this a very guilty pleasure, if anything, and would enjoy it because it's got a great soundtrack. It's got a great heroine with Billie Jean, and especially if you like strong female characters, then this without a doubt will fit your bill. And I can't say enough about this film. I really do enjoy it. I really wish there was a Blu-ray that had more features than what this has. This was put out by Mill Creek Entertainment, and it's a good Blu-ray, but it only comes with a commentary track with Helen Slater and Yeardley Smith. I wish there was a proper Blu-ray release from someone like Vinegar or Arrow, and they pumped out a bunch of special features on it, because I think it's worth it. I think actually people would buy it because I know I would. But like I said, it's a very fun flick. Like I said, a guilty pleasure if anything. Check out the soundtrack by Craig Saffin because I promise you will enjoy it, especially if you love synthwave music, or if you just like new wave music, and the soundtrack overall should please those who just like new wave. Yeah, and just look into a time capsule of like 1980s South Texas, not Southeast, but South. This is South Texas, around Corpus Christi, all the way down to South Padre Island. I think you'll enjoy it. That's all for this video. I do want to say that I am sorry that I did not get the other Leprechaun movies reviewed and out before St. Patrick's Day. Those are still going to come out, but we just ran into a few problems, and I wasn't able to get the stuff. I watched them, but I just wasn't able to get the videos done the way I wanted to get done, especially with the people I was going to have appearing in the video with me and everything. But those are still going to come out eventually. I'll probably do every 2 movies, the rest of the series, I'll probably do like 3 and 4 in a month, and then 6, and then 5 and 6 in a month, and then the remake and the origin story later on. So, but that being said, I want to do this film right quick because The Legend of Billie Jean is a really great movie, and I think you'll enjoy it, especially if you're like me and you love 80s movies. I mean, it seems like there's something about 80s movies I enjoy, from the themes to the sound to the way they look to the soundtracks, man. But yeah, if you get a chance, you can find, I think, The Legend of Billie Jean on, I mean, you can rent it on Prime, or I think for like $3 or $4, but you can buy the Blu-ray, I think on Amazon for like $5. So, I mean, is it worth $5? Yeah, I mean, it's a flick I think that you can put on and enjoy, and especially if you like rebellious flicks or the teen flicks from like John Hughes and everything. It's all part of like that genre and everything of what was real popular in the 80s and stuff. And but yeah, that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, I would greatly appreciate it if you did. And if you want to leave a comment, some pointers or opinions on, or talk about the movies that I talk about, feel free to hit me up on Instagram or Facebook for Nightmare County, or just comment down below the YouTube video and the comment section, and I will get back to you as quickly as possible, because I enjoy talking about this stuff. I do talk probably a little bit more on my Instagram and my Facebook than I do on anything else, so that's usually the best way to get a hold of me. And but yeah, if you think there is a certain movie from the 80s do you think I should talk about, or you'd like to hear about, hit me up and I will either seek it out. If I haven't seen it, I'll seek it out and watch it, and I'll talk about it. But that being said, I hope you enjoy this video, and don't be a stranger, and tune in.